Okay, all right. Well, Auburn had its second preseason scrimmage today, a roughly 100-play scrimmage, roughly 65 to 70% passing, Brandon, and we expected that because the first one was so run-heavy. This one was pass-heavy. There was a couple explosive plays. Review that a little bit for us.
Well, Jeremy Johnson seemed to be on target and off target at times based off of things we've heard, and you know, that's to be expected. It's early, but Ricardo Lewis had a big touchdown catch apparently. Peyton Barber apparently is doing a good job catching the ball out of the backfield, and he is even maybe lining up in the slot based off the conversation we had with Peyton Barber afterwards. So the offense did not get held to 0 touchdowns like last week. The offense started to get some things done. I think the big thing, though, from talking to the defensive players today, is that the pass rush kind of took a step back a little bit.
Yeah, and that, from our understanding, was that Carl Lawson did not practice today. And was extremely limited based on what Montravius Adams had to say, was that he was not there. So that would obviously hurt it a little bit. Heard that Jeff Holland had a sack, or was credited with a sack. They were live quarterbacks, but nevertheless. So
Montravius had a sack as well. Montravius Adams had a sack as well.
So a couple players get in there, and there was some 1v1, 2v2 in there. So some players had some stuff, but probably some of the big plays that you heard about earlier in the week in the running game and in the run-stopping game in particular from the defense, that probably came from a little bit further down the depth chart. It seemed like those guys weren't making those plays today, which is not terribly unusual either. We did see Duke Williams a little bit. We heard a little bit that he obviously, yes, was here, he practiced, but he did not practice for the full part of time either. We saw him leave the stadium at roughly halfway through on a golf cart, and we got a little bit of an update additionally there.
Yeah, he apparently just tweaked his ankle, according to a team spokesman. Gus Malzahn didn't really provide a lot of details when we first asked him about it, but team spokesman clarified with Gus and got word that he had tweaked his ankle, left on the golf cart to go get treatment, and actually he's on crutches right now from our understanding, and is hobbled a little bit, but the team spokesman says it's not a big deal. And also keep in mind, we'll put this out there, they put boots on everybody, even if a lot. So I mean, just to make sure you don't twist anymore. But we'll see how serious it is. But the official word is it's not serious.
And as an example, Trey Mason was a guy who was in a walking boot
like almost every week,
regularly, and he didn't seem too worse for the wear. Then again, you have a guy like Justin Garrett who's in a walking boot 2 years ago, and he basically missed the entire season. So it's not to say that neither extreme is true. It's just to say that we don't know 100% yet, but from what we understand, this does not seem like a very big deal, and that's why he left halfway through. But we'll have plenty more to recap from this second scrimmage and look ahead into next week as Auburn basically wraps up the camp portion of fall camp and heads into game preparation for Louisville. For Brandon Marcello, I'm James Crepea signing off for AL.com.